where you would treat me with respect. What I want is less confrontation, less mates to put in check. What I need, what I really need, is a resolution. What I want, what I really want, is to know why you left me without a conclusion, and you ran away. I know I got a problem trying to figure you out. Run away. Figure you out, run away.
And like that it was over. No words, no explanation why. Suddenly you can't come over. Read my text without reply.
What I need, what I really need, to know why you stay. What I want, what I really want, is to know why you left me with this that you ain't paid. Run away. I know I got a problem trying to figure you out. Run away. I know I got a problem trying to figure you out. Just need some, how I need some closure. I just need some, oh my, I need can, you better do it right. You gotta do right. You gotta do right. Even if you can't, you gotta do what you can, you better do it right. Even if you fail, even if you trip up and fall, even if there's no one on whom you can call, even when it's not easy to do, even when there's no one around you, you ain't got nothing to prove if you're doing it right. So we want to thank 43North for really investing in our local community. What you heard is original music. So I hope that you will support original music and art throughout this city. Buffalo is a music city. So please go out and find some great music. All right, now we're going to switch to some covers. Here we go. poker face. She got me like nobody. Poker face. She's got me like nobody. Poker face. Poker face. Poker face. Poker face. Dollar is what I need. I need a dollar is what I need. So I need a dollar is what I need. If I share with you my story, would you share your dollar with me? Bad times are coming and I reap what I don't sow. Well, let me tell you something, all that glitters ain't gold. Long old troublesome road, and I'm looking for somebody come and help me carry this load. I need a dollar is what I need. I need a dollar is what I need. Well, I don't know if I'm walking on solid ground, 'cause everyone around me is falling down, and all I want is for someone to help me. I had a job, but my boss, he let me go. I'm sorry, but I won't be needing your help no more. Please, Mr. Boss Man, I need this job more than you know. But he gave me my last paycheck and he sent me out the door. And I need a dollar is what I need. And I need a dollar is what I need. I need a dollar is what I need. If I share with you my story, won't you share your dollar with me? Well, I don't know if I'm walking on solid ground, 'cause everyone around me is crumbling down, and all I want is for someone to help me. What in the world am I gonna do tomorrow? Is there someone with a dollar I can borrow? Who can help me take away my sorrow? Maybe it's inside the bottle. Maybe it's inside the bottle. I got some good old buddy names of whiskey and wine, and for my good old buddy I spent my last dime. My wine is good to me and helps me pass the time, and my good old buddy whiskey keeps me warmer than sunshine. Your mama may have blessed the child that's got his own. If God has plans for me, I hope it ain't written in stone. 'Cause I've been working a long troublesome road, and I swear on grandpa's grave I'll be dead when I come home. But I need a dollar is what I need. I need a dollar is what I need. I need a dollar is what I need. If I share with you my story, will you share your dollar with me? Come on, share your dollar. Come on, share your dollar with me. Come on, share your dollar. Come on, share your dollar with me. Come on, share your dollar. Come on, share your dollar with me. Come on, share your dollar. Come on, share your dollar with me. Come on, share your dollar. Come on, share your dollar with me. Come on, share your dollar. Share your dollar with me. Come on, If I share with you my story, will you give me $1, please? Love me? There's 15 minutes remaining, so please find your seats. for me. Again, this is your 5-minute warning. Please find your seats.
I feel good. I knew that I would now. I feel good. I know that I would now. So good, so good. Got you. I feel nice, like sugar and spice. I feel nice, like sugar and spice. So nice, so nice. Got you. When I hold you in my arms, I know can't do me no wrong. When I hold you in my arms, I know can't do me no wrong. And I feel nice, like sugar and spice. I feel nice, like sugar and spice. So nice, so nice. Got you. When I hold you in my arms, love can't do me no wrong. And when I hold you in my arms, love can't do me no harm. And I feel nice, like sugar and spice. I feel nice, like sugar and spice. So nice, so nice. Got you. And I feel good. I know that I'm loved. I feel good. I knew that I would now. So good, so good. Got you. So good, so good. Got you. So good, so good. I got you.
Next song. Please remind me. Please remind me. Oh. Come on, hey. Come Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. Another one?
Sorry, just keep rolling.
All right, nothing.
The lines are like down the block. Yeah, it's sold out crowd. Yeah, just keep rocking. John will tell you when we're
Okay,
like we're
nothing
gonna
like. Nothing will just take it long. Again, we are Pharaoh. We are a local band, so please follow us, F-A-R-O-W. We are local music. We do original songs, so we want to thank you for your love and support, and also thank 43 North for having us. We are your house band tonight, so we'll be playing throughout the night. Let's talk about love. I want to tell you there's nothing like love until it's not. Oh, there's nothing like love until it ain't. Oh, there's nothing like love until it's broken. Yeah, yeah. Come on, come on, come on. Ain't nothing like love. When you're not around to tear our love apart, you know I had to keep it down, the pieces of your heart. Then when your feelings died, like we both knew they would, who's gonna keep you satisfied? Who's gonna make you feel good? I said there's nothing like love, and it's not what I dreamed of. Something like love, and it's nothing. Nothing like love, it's not what I dreamed of. And if it's good enough for us, it's good enough for them. Good enough, good enough. Oh, good enough, good enough now. Look here now. Don't tell me that you love me. Oh, no, 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 no. Don't you whisper those sweet lies. Oh, 'cause we keep breaking up over text, baby. And long goodbyes. Again, we are Pharaoh, and we are a local band that plays original music like that last song. We wrote it. So there's beautiful music in this city. So please go out and support your local artists. Oh, please do it, because there's so many of us out here, and we need your love and support. So if you like what you hear, show up at a show. It'll be fine, I swear. Come on! stay with those lame excuses on. You better give me my money. You better run me my coin. You better run, 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 run. You better run. Oh my God, let me see you running. Hey, what I deserve.
Easy. Founders have to be willing to put it all on the line. Their dreams, their relationships, even their sanity. 90% of startups fail, and those that don't face an uphill battle that redefines the breaking point. Why go on? Why would they even begin? Because they believe, and they can't stop believing. They know this is going to work. All they need is the chance. 8 founders have made it to this stage tonight, clawing their way to rise beyond hundreds of others, to embark on a journey across the globe to bring their dreams to the next level and have an entire city at their back. A city where hard work wins hearts. Because Buffalo understands when they win, we all win. One night, 5 $1 million investments, 5 dreams coming true, the risk of failure, the reward of a lifetime. The stakes couldn't be higher.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome 43 North Board Chairman Mike Whistler and 43 North President Colleen Heidinger.
Thank you and welcome. The energy in this room alone is a signal and a symbol of something much bigger that's going on outside these walls: winning. Now, Buffalonians have always been believers, but when you actually win, whether it's on the football field in Kansas City or in an office down at Seneca One, that's when the outsiders start to pay attention, and the story of Buffalo as one of America's fastest growing tech hubs is a win that's telling the world Buffalo is a contender in every sense.
We just started the show by telling you that the stakes have never been higher. And that's not only true for the founders that are about to take this stage, it's true for cities like Buffalo. Cities that are in a race for relevance. A race to attract and nurture the ingredients required for enduring prosperity in the new economy. To win that race, Buffalo must be relevant to those who want tough problems to solve, who want to be part of something bigger than themselves, who want to build great things that matter, who encourage and invite everyone who is willing to participate, true equity of opportunity. 43 North is one of those ingredients, a real competitive advantage in our race for relevance.
Eight years ago, a small group of venture capitalists and economic development leaders planted the seed of a dream to create something special for a city that they loved. What has blossomed since that time is something that our entire community can be proud of. Since 2014, 43 North has hosted 8 competitions right here at Shea's. We've reviewed over 20,000 applications. We've attracted 300 investors to our city and hosted over 250 community events, interacting with tens of thousands along the way. 43 North has amassed a portfolio of 59 companies that have raised over $1 billion. And earlier this year, officially surpassed the creation of over 3,000 jobs globally, with 1,000 of them right here in Western New York. The best part about these numbers and these wins, 43 North is just one part of Buffalo's current success story. Today, we are one group among many organizations, individuals, nonprofits, you name it, who are collaborating to build a sustainable new reality for our city.
While this resurgence is real, much work remains. And the one thing that we know for certain is that we will never reach our full potential as a community until all avenues of prosperity are paved for every single one of us. In May of this year, darkness took hold on our city on Buffalo's east side. The day brought tragedy and loss through an unthinkable act of hate. Let us never forget the 10 innocent lives that were stolen that day. Today, as we point to progress, it's important that we remind our community that 43 North isn't just here to bring more companies to Buffalo and create more jobs. Everything we do with an eye towards being inclusive, creating equitable opportunity for all, and changing the trajectory for those who have been overlooked or passed by. Today and every day, we choose love and opportunity for all.
As we continue on our mission, we are grateful to the many organizations and individuals who make this work possible. Governor Kathy Hochul and Empire State Development, entities like the Ralph C. Wilson Jr. Foundation, M&T Bank Foundation, Aileron, National Grid, to name a few. To you and all of the many partners across the years who have joined us in this effort to propel our entire city forward, we thank you wholeheartedly.
So if this is your first 43 North competition, strap in. If you're a veteran to tonight, welcome back, and thank you for all your enthusiasm and support. Are you ready to get this party started, Colleen?
I've been waiting since you left last year. Here we go. First up, a managing director at 25 Madison and co-founder of Coterie, please welcome Sarah Garson.
This next judge is a managing partner at Lehrer Hippo and the former CEO and founder of the Group 9 Media, Ben Lehrer.
He's a Buffalo native, so let's do it right, team, and founding partner at 895th and 25 Madison. Please welcome our own Gary Ginsberg.
Next is the founder and managing partner at Rare Breed Ventures, Mac Conwell.
And rounding out our judging panel, she's the operating partner at Victress Capital and president at IRL Partners, Taryn Laban.
Welcome, judges. Okay, let's really get going. You all know we can't do tonight without our very own master of competition ceremonies, 43 North Foundation Chairman, Mr. Bill Maggio.
That's it. What a pleasure it is for me to be with all you tonight. I'm so excited. We got a couple of house cleaning items for my friends out there. We're betting the over under. I'm going to trip over these lights. It's going to happen. So bet the over for sure in the next 20 minutes. I want to take care of a couple of things. A round of applause for our house band, the Bill Maggio House Band. I feel like Jimmy Fallon out here, minus the hair, the good looks, and the humor, I guess. All right. I want to start off by thanking and recognizing Colleen Heidinger and the entire staff of 43 North. What an amazing job to get us here for an 8th year. Colleen, great job. Let's give her a round of applause. I want to also recognize our new board chairman, Mike, what's your name? Mike Whistler. On behalf of our board emeritus, Jordan Levy, our immediate past chair, Eric Reich, who's back there somewhere, and the entire board, Mike is taking 43 North to a new level. He's doing a remarkable job, and we're very blessed to have him. And the way I look at it is, if he's entitled to a 38-story tech hub, I'm entitled to my own house band, right? You guys agree? Some people understand what I'm talking about. Great. The other thing I just want to make sure we cover before we get started, there were 15 companies that pitched yesterday to be here today. And unfortunately, only 8 can make it. Those 7 companies that didn't make it are in the audience today. Let's give them a round of applause. They pitched their hearts out and did a phenomenal job. So we're going to get started in a second. I just want to reflect, or I want to talk a bit about how we're going to do the awards this year, because it's a little bit different. I'm thinking about 2021 last year, when we got started 25 minutes late because everybody waited in line, a lot of you, because we had our vaccination cards checked. And I looked out in this audience when I walked out in here, and 3,000 people had masks on. And it was a challenge, I have to be honest with you. But it's when I really believe that we are a community of abundance now, because you were here, you were supporting 43 North, and you came here to watch us give $1 million prize off to somebody who, by the way, is building a manufacturing plant right downtown Buffalo. She's doing phenomenal. Let's give Topseas a round of applause. But we're not going to give a $1 million prize away this year. We're going to give 5 $1 million prizes away this year. I want you to think about what that could mean for this community. So here's how it's going to work. Each competitor is going to have 3 minutes to pitch, which is a little bit different than last year. And we're going to take 4 minutes and questions for an amazing group of judges. And I just want to say, they're from all over the country, and I did ask them, who is the best NFL football player today? I asked that question, and every one of them except one said Josh Allen. Now, I was not going to identify who it was, but he's the guy. Okay, you ready to get this thing started? Let's hear it for all 8 competitors. Let's hear it. Let's run loud. Let's go. You guys ready to go? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our first competitor.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Nat Nguyen from Otrify.
Hello, Ultra fans! When we think about food, we think about all the good things, like the color, the smell, and the taste. There's a microphone. But it's okay. We can redo the whole thing. Woo! So again. You guys love to cheer, right? Well, hello, Ultra fans! Woo! When we think about food, we think about all the good things, like the color, the smell, and the taste. Now, what we do not think about is paper. Well, except for me. My name is Nat. I think about the billion pages of documents that exist in the food industry today. Now, for this box of Cheerios, General Mills is required by law to document all of its standard food safety regulation, as well as its heart-safe and gluten-free certifications. To do this, hundreds of document pages are needed for each and every one of its 20 ingredients. And it's not just General Mills. Anyone who touches the ingredient here has to maintain and share these documents, from growers all the way to retailers. So for this one cereal box that has 20 ingredients and 3 claims, more than 20,000 pages of documents are needed to be organized, maintained, and shared by everyone involved. Now that was just one product. For years, supply chain experts have been focusing on optimizing the flow of goods as well as finances around the world. On the other hand, the flow of documents continues to remain static and tied up into email, Excel, and paper. This, combines with the increasingly complex regulatory environment as well as shock events in the past 5 years, has resulted in long supply and onboarding time, more product recall, and slow reaction to disruption events. Now we can change this. At Otrify, we've achieved our initial goal of turning static food safety documents into dynamic information to seamless user experience. Our algorithms automatically scans and field relevant information from industry-specific documents, and our supply platform creates supply chain linkages that maximizes adoption. Furthermore, our users can now see and track the supply performance over time, thus identifying problems before the issue occurs. Now this year, we've increased the number of users on our platform by over 300% and are seeing organic conversion from customer suppliers into paid accounts. Now what's even more exciting is that we figured out a way to make this scale even faster. Now tonight, I'm excited to share that just 2 days ago, we received written confirmation to work toward a partnership with not just one, but 2 global certifiers. Now this is huge for us, because this global organization will enable Otrify platform to increase the number of manufacturers by 150 times. And by end of 2023, we'll be able to achieve an annual recurring revenue of $2 million. And we have a perfect young and diverse team to make this happen. As we move to Buffalo, we'll be leveraging the region's best talent from the best university to create a highly paid technical teams, as well as working with the local partners in order to maintain one of the best successful scale startups. So we know, as we move to this region, we'll work with local manufacturers in order to secure jobs, as well as build local brands from right here in Buffalo. Now, Otrify is not just removing paper. We're collecting large amount of data from supply chain practices to safety and production.
So in the future, this data will enable us to trace the promotion along the entire food chain and giving everybody peace of mind. So come talk to me today. Find out how you can become an Ultra fan. And together, we will build the data layer of the future. Thank you. I'd like to invite my co-founder, Lucas, on stage as well.
Okay, we're going to kick us off.
So can you talk a little bit about your onboarding process and how you bring even more automation to it to simplify it?
Yeah, for sure. I can take this question. So for us, onboarding process right now is pretty simple. Most of our users or customers usually have a Google document, Google Drive, share drive those. They'll share those information with us. We'll all put through our automation onboarding tool, which is an Excel spreadsheet. We'll run it overnight, and they have it all the system and data organized into Otrify platform. A good example is Olipop, one of our customers. They had everything on Google Drive. They will fill out the Excel spreadsheet with us over a couple of weeks, and overnight we have them in our platform running. So that's the current. But in the future, we're hoping to further leverage our OCR capabilities, where our users no longer have to do the Excel spreadsheet filling. They just need to send us all their documents. We'll be able to extract the information out, and they'll be presented with a screen, select the right suppliers and product, and then all that will go through a lot faster. So we're hoping to reduce it down to days instead of just a couple of weeks.
Sarah, you want to go ahead? Please.
Yeah, so supply chain visibility is a huge problem. What's the main problem that you're tackling to start? What's your wedge in or your key pain point to tackle in the beginning?
So the main problem that attract users to our platform, right? So today, there is a huge paper problem where all of this data is required by law and is required for supply chain efficiency, but it's sitting on PDFs and it's sitting on drawers or on these PLMs that basically
What within that? So is it compliance? Is it safety? Is it like what's the
exactly
main problem?
Thank you. Yeah. So exactly within the compliance process of interactions between buyers and sellers, where buyers are required by law to collect all of their sellers' information about their kosher, organic, halal, allergens, HACCP plans, recall plans, all those kinds of information. They get collected, maintained, shared, reviewed, and renewed annually via our platform.
Got it.
You seem to be working with a lot of large companies. So talk to us a little bit about your sales cycle. How are you able to close these companies, and what's your timeline?
That's awesome. So currently our sales timeline is about 2 weeks to 6 months, depending on the size of the company. But now, what we're really excited about when we're mentioning this partnership potential is that sales cycle is going to become much easier. As we go away from being sales-led, where you don't know, basically doing a lot of door knocking and a lot of interactions all the time, into becoming product-led, where a lot of those things are happening by itself. Clients are using our platform, they're collecting those certificates via our platform, and as they're collecting one kosher certificate via our platform with our freemium model with our partners, I can also collect my HACCP plans here, and I can also collect my allergens. So that becoming more product-led is going to lower that sales cycle and the amount of interaction that is required from us and TouchBase into a much lower and much faster kind of cycle. So we're really excited about that, and also the network effect that it brings, because right now, we have one user, which is a buyer, with hundreds of suppliers, but as we're talking about these partnerships, we'll be having thousands and thousands and thousands of suppliers in our platform, with hundreds of thousands of suppliers.
All right, time for one more. We've got time for one more question.
Who are your main competitors, and why are you better than them?
So most of our competitors were built in the beginning of the 2000s. They are really built in the brick and mortar age, where it's really workflow automation, PLM. So they're trying to become more like PLM or ERP systems rather than data-focused companies. For us, we've been data-focused from the beginning. We've always looked at the data being the way that the industry is going to be revolutionized, and that's really our differentiator. We're the only ones pushing for those sorts of algorithms, really focusing on OCR, AI use cases, and we think that that's going to make us the best out in the industry in the next few years.
Ben, please.
Okay, super quick. So why are you guys the right people to build this? It's such a sort of obscure, specific niche. Like when did you get interested in this, and why?
Yeah. So
20 seconds or less.
So Ned and I actually met in a hackathon in Vancouver, Canada. I was coming from the background of the food industry, where I was doing a lot of import, export, and food distribution. I hated dealing with paper. It was such a pain.
Yeah.
I really didn't want to.
And when I heard that, my life doing digitization for large financials all the time. And I didn't realize how backward the food industry was. And so, hey, jump on the problem, pitched the product 48 hours later, got the first prize, and the company started from there.
You can buy a suit or you can start a company. Like, hey, let's start a company.
We're going to have to end it there. Great job, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Great job. Okay, this is fun, right? You guys are having fun? All right, it's gonna get better. Our second competitor.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Adriana Vasquez Ortiz from Leelo.
We are so pumped to be at the 43North finals telling you about Leelo. We are a robotics company specialized in wearable tech for new moms, and we're making breast pumping more comfortable, more efficient, and pain-free. The recent formula crisis shed light on the very real challenges of breastfeeding. But why is breastfeeding so important? Breastfeeding reduces risk of disease for mom and for baby. In fact, the pandemic made these issues even more pressing, meaning that the American Association of Pediatrics increased the recommended guidelines for breastfeeding for 2 full years. But this leaves moms very little options but to pump milk. But let me show you how that feels. Pumping is painful and stressful, and it is making millions of moms miserable. It's no wonder that 50% of moms are not able to reach 6 months, and most moms are quitting because they can't pump enough milk. Our first product, the Leelo Massage Bra, is a pump's best friend. It mimics the motions recommended by lactation experts, helping moms pump 55% more milk every session. Our pneumatic technology is patented, it's an FDA Class 1 device, and it's eligible for FSA. Over 2,000 moms have pumped with Leelo, and moms have called it a breastfeeding savior, and moms of premature babies, even a lifesaver. Having built a strong brand foundation, we are now ready to scale.
We are building strategic alliances with private labeling and licensing with baby tech companies. We've already launched a pilot on Amazon with a major pumping accessories brand. Next, we're taking our technology to hospitals and NICUs, and we're also working with experts to develop a pathway for insurance reimbursement for the product. Also, we're working on the Breastfeeding Insights app and the smart milk tracking sensor with non-dilutive funding from the National Science Foundation. This will help us provide moms with objective metrics and breast health insights. We have grand plans, and Buffalo is the ideal place to achieve them. It has top hospitals like Kaleida Health, whom we'll work with to improve the breastfeeding rates in Buffalo, which is currently lagging behind the national average. It is an established hub for manufacturing and logistics, and it has top schools that we can tap into to hire top talent onto the team. With breastfeeding and pumping rates increasing globally, this $5 billion market is on pace to double by 2030. And we are the all-star team spearheading innovation in this space. Adriana and I combine experience in engineering, computer science, and product design with degrees from MIT and masters from UPenn.
Leelo is one of the first 100 Latina-led companies that has raised more than $1 million. And we've also secured an additional $500,000 in funding from reputed institutions like the National Science Foundation. We have a proven product, a killer team, and cutting-edge technology, all working to make the lives of moms easier. And we're so excited about the opportunity to grow and scale right here in Buffalo with the support from 43North. Thank you.
Great job. Okay. Good job. Who wants to kick us off?
So, just to be
Matt.
clear, this is an accessory that helps women pump. It's not a pump itself, correct?
It's a medical device of its own that makes breastfeeding and breast pumping easier, helping with increased breast milk production.
So a real pain point right now is getting insurers to reimburse this. I mean, particularly given the price point of $130. So where are you in terms of getting that to happen anytime soon?
Yes. In order to make the product more accessible, the first step we took was to work to make it FSA and HSA eligible. so that moms can get those tax benefits to purchase a bra. We also are working very closely with the Lactation Network, who are specialists and have worked since the Affordable Care Act has passed to make lactation services and medical devices like breastfeeding and breast pumping accessories reimbursed by insurance. So we've put with them a framework and a plan so that we will be able to make it reimbursed by insurance for conditions like cleft dogs, mastitis, premature babies, and eventually one day for all moms.
Sure, you have a question?
Talk to me a little about your pricing. How did you arrive at the $130 price point? And then with that, what are your margins, and is there opportunity to increase those?
Absolutely. Sujay, do you want to take the margins question?
Yeah, no, absolutely. So in terms of margins, we are producing in low volumes right now, and we're already seeing margins of close to 60%. We know that increasing margins, of production, we will be able to achieve close to 70 to 75% of products.
And in terms of the price point, we did quite extensive price testing, price sensitivity testing. This allows us to have different channels, not only direct to consumer, but working with strategic partners so that we can explore wholesale, licensing, and other revenue channels.
How do the margins change once you go wholesale? Are they going to get tighter?
Once we go to wholesale, yes, margins do, but it's very typical in terms of like we retain 30 to 40% margins.
30 to 40%, okay, thank you.
Ben, you got a question?
Sure. It seems like it can be a pretty tough business model to just sell a $130 piece of hardware with no sort of recurring revenue tied to it. How are you thinking about sort of building lifetime value around the product? And then I have maybe a follow-up depending on time.
Yeah, of course. So in the very near future, we're adding different options with the current product. So bundling, moms are already coming back to purchase extra portions of the soft goods, so extra bras. We're talking to bra manufacturers actually to introduce a bra in different colors. So all of that with the current product. But as we mentioned, something that we're truly excited about is our extensive product pipeline. So we'll be introducing a smart fabric lactation tracking sensor, and we're basically capturing moms really early in their new motherhood journey. And we believe that Leelo can be a companion for new moms, not only to make breastfeeding and breast pumping easier, but several parts of their postpartum experience much easier.
Gary? Sharon, please.
Will you charge for access to the app?
That's a great question. Sujay, do you want to?
Absolutely. Yeah. So to begin with, we will monetize the app direct to consumers. Like we will go with the typical freemium model. We will provide them basic insights with the free version, and then just because we're going to pair the app with these smart sensors, we're going to be able to track a lot more data, which we will provide for them at a premium service. In addition to that, we will also have value-added services on the app. We will connect mothers to lactation consultants, and we will be able to provide them with personalized care. And like every mother is different, and we're going to be able to provide them the ideal breastfeeding routine, breast pumping routine, how much they should be eating, when they should be feeding, a lot of important data that we can collect from the app that we'll be providing through these value-added services. Very quickly. And in the future, of course.
You said you're pumped to be in New York. I mean, to be in Buffalo.
Absolutely.
Sorry, which is great. Love to hear it. Can you just describe real quickly what that commitment will look like and how everybody here is going to benefit from it?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the first things is to build part of the team. So we already have 2 amazing people in business development. We really need to build our head of marketing. Marketing will be based here. That's number 1. Second is engineering, both with the support from 43North and the NSF grant. We're hiring embedded engineers, mechatronic engineers, and data scientists. And the third part is we're going to, right away, we're looking to make our supply chain more resilient, assembling here so that we can quickly react to market dynamics. Like people are asking us, I guess, to bundle and everything. So we're already talking to other companies that have set up their logistics here, and that for us is an immediate no-brainer.
We'll have to leave it there. Thank you so much. Good job. Good. Let's see if we can get this straight. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our next competitor.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Caddy Okadili from Agape.
first Western New York competitor tonight. Let's give her a round of applause.
Hello, Buffalo. My name is Caddy Okwudili, and I'm the CEO and founder of Agape. 7 years ago, my heart stopped, and again, until I was finally diagnosed with a life-threatening heart condition. Faced with a 50% mortality rate, I developed a sincere appreciation for my relationships, so much so that I decided to create Agape. Agape will transform the lives of the nearly 61% of Americans who feel lonely each day, the 50% of parents who feel distant from their children, the 75% of couples who were once in a long-distance relationship, and the 58% of employees who feel their work relationships are superficial. Starting with couples in long-distance relationships, our relationship wellness app sparks meaningful conversation. How does it work? Every day we send a personalized daily question. For example, why are you lucky to have your partner? Our users like to describe Agape as starting their day with a love note from their partner, but I like to describe it as a toothbrush for your relationship. We have thousands of questions covering dozens of topics, some of which are free, while others require a premium subscription at $49.99 a year per couple. With over 150,000 daily active users, it's no surprise that every day we receive 5-star reviews. In fact, we just submitted for publication our first research study that shows an 81% improvement in relationship quality after 1 month of use. Not only is Agape effective, but we're profitable too. From May to September, our revenue grew from $13,000 to over $160,000 with no paid marketing. None of this would have been possible without my amazing team. Ron, our head of research, is a clinical psychologist who's been researching romantic relationships for over 20 years. With over 100 peer-reviewed papers, he makes sure that Agape is as effective as it is fun. And Larry, our engineering lead, built the eBay Motors app with 10 other engineers. And last but not least is Sabrina, our social media coordinator. She makes TikToks that allow Agape to go viral every week, giving us thousands of new users each day. So you know by now that Agape is currently designed for couples, but that's only the beginning. Soon you'll be able to use Agape with your friends and family too. With this, instead of one new user bringing one new user can bring 5, 10, or even 15 new users. In addition to the increased stickiness, look at the strength of all those connections. It grows our market opportunity to over 10 billion. Additionally, we spark meaningful conversation in the workplace. When we win, Buffalo wins. Thank you.
So you've had some pretty explosive growth. How did you make that happen?
So we really have leveraged TikTok to grow organically. Our social media coordinator posts on about 10 different accounts, and we create videos that make people see the value of Agape. So it'll show a couple answering a question, or it'll show a really interesting question, and it'll be like, you need to know what your partner would say to this question. And when people see it, they're like, oh, is this an app? And then they search it and download it.
Sure. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us.
Thank you.
How engaged are Agape users? How often do they use it, and do they keep using it?
Yeah, so they're extremely engaged. We have users who've been using the app for over 2 years every day. On average, our day 30 retention is about 42% when it's unpaid users and 52% when it's paid users. And for those of you who aren't familiar with retention for consumer startups, the average app has about a 9% day 30 retention.
Gary? So you have a free product, and then you've got the paid product that you just talked about has such low churn, which is great. On the free product, how do you generate revenue from that? I got to believe that there's a lot of opportunities for you to do it. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so the majority of our users are free. It was always important to us that users can get value out of Agape even if they couldn't afford it. But there's a lot of ways we can monetize free users in the future, giving them ability to print their relationship responses into a physical scrapbook. A lot of users have requested that. In addition to maybe adding new features like a gift idea generator that we could take some revenue share.
Sarah, please.
That was gonna be my question, but I have a similar one. What % of your users are freemium versus paid? And do you have some ideas around how to kind of continue to convert those freemium users into paid?
Yeah, so about 150,000 of our users are active each day. Let's see, about 16,000 of them are paid. And about 4% of our total user base have converted to premium. There's things we can do to increase our free to premium conversion rate, one of which is just increasing their exposure to paywall. So by adding more free features, premium features, we found that our conversion rate goes up.
Have you started to do that already? Have you seen that percentage grow?
Yeah, so when we first did our current free versus premium structure, our free to paying conversion rate was about 2%. It doubled when we added the ability for users to add picture memories as a premium feature. So we've seen a direct correlation between adding a premium feature and our conversion rate increasing.
That's great, thank you.
Ben, please.
First of all, it's good to see you again. You pitched me a year ago, and it's really unbelievable the progress that you made. So huge congrats on that.
Thank you.
Seriously, I mean, big time, big time. So this is sort of more of a comment, maybe than a question, but so you are not paying for acquisition right now. I mean, you're seeing this kind of explosive growth.
Yeah.
This is just, don't pay. Don't get on the drug of buying users, particularly the Facebook drug. I think it's really unbelievable to see this kind of growth this early. And the biggest mistake that you can make is when you raise more money, going out and spending it on users that are not going to be the kind of loyalists that you have right now. So definitely keep up what you're doing.
Thank you.
We'll end it there. Great job.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you. When we get the Friends component of this thing, I'm going to hook you and Von Miller up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our next competitor.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Bianca Gonzalez from Ampoworks.
Hi everybody, I'm Bianca and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Ampoworks. And I love counting inventory, said nobody ever. Counting inventory is a really hard job. It takes forever and it's really boring. But because we don't have real-time data, this can happen. Shortages of toilet paper, and just a few months ago, we were fighting over the last roll in the grocery store. But when it happens in healthcare, it's a huge deal. And I used to be a nurse practitioner for over 10 years at places like Stanford Hospital and Kaiser Permanente, and missing inventory causes delays in care. In fact, 1 in 10 surgeries are canceled due to missing inventory on the shelves. And this is the reason why. Hospitals, pharmacies, and medical device companies are just using the most ridiculously outdated technology today, like paper notes, spreadsheets, and just hand counting inventory. And they're wasting over $10 million on leakage, spoilage, and stockouts every year. And the hospital supply chain market is growing at $21 billion a year with 18% year-over-year growth. And this is because of new regulations that are due in November 2023 when pharmacies actually have to count each vial and each box of inventory. And at Ampoworks, we're going to change this inefficiency problem. We're a team of doctors, nurses, and engineers that met as students at the Wharton School, and we have a collective experience of being engineers and expert in sales. Our inventory and supply chain management can track inventory in real time using our smart camera technology that we built ourselves, And we use AI and computer vision and have over 10,000 proprietary image data sets of vaccines all the way to spine instruments. And we're more passive, and we do have more real-time data than what's out there today. And we do show that we save time, cost, and reduce stockouts significantly. Currently, we have 340K of booked ARR across 20 facilities and are growing 17% month over month in surgery centers, distributors, medical device companies, hospitals, and clinics. And this is because we partner with our customers to find the right pricing that adds value to their organization. And since our inception in 2018 and also our graduation in 2019, we've received funding from Cedars-Sinai Hospital and 500 startups to build our smart camera device, our iOS app, and our web application. And in 2023, we plan to partner with 43North in Buffalo. We have identified our manufacturer here in Buffalo to manufacture our devices. And I'm also a guest lecturer at the University of Buffalo School of Nursing. And we're also connected to healthcare companies across Buffalo through champions. So if you're excited to help doctors and nurses have the tools and supplies they need to be able to take care of patients, talk to us today at Ampoworks. Thank you.
Good job. Okay, let's get into it. Let's kick it off. Ben, please.
That was great, thank you. So, one question, why did you build your own camera? I'm surprised there's not something off the shelf that would have worked.
Absolutely, that's a great question. And we also were under the assumption that we can just take an off-the-shelf camera and connect to the back end, but that's actually not possible. We tried, looking at cameras from Alibaba, tried to contract with OEMs in China, and they just don't give us the back end tool chain, especially for a small startup that isn't going to buy 1 million units at a time. The other thing is the battery life is not controllable and the security vulnerabilities of those cameras, so we decided to manufacture ourselves and design our own boards and cameras.
How replicable is the camera? Is it easily replicable by a competitor?
Yeah, it's actually pretty difficult to do the same way we did it. The battery life is our niche and how it can actually be installed. And we do have the expertise in-house to be able to do that. And also the computer vision side, we've got all the proprietary data sets of vaccines all the way to spine implants. So it's harder to replicate our data sets and our data moat. However, in terms of the expertise on our team, I think it's really hard to replicate that and get the same exact type of camera available. And our network and being able to sell to these customers is extremely hard if you're not already connected and have a relationship with them.
Sarah?
What's the onboarding process? If I'm a new customer, how long does it take for me to get set up with your system?
Yeah, so if you want to get set up right away, our camera can actually just be installed right off of the shelf and start shooting photos. And then the AI learns as long as the camera keeps getting better and better and starting to remember with reinforcement learning and better algorithms that we're developing today. We also have a feature of OCR, like character recognition, so that the camera can understand text and barcoding on the box itself so that it can be up and running in seconds.
Yeah.
So does it have to learn any new SKU, or could you go into food and beverage and it could just automatically start working?
Absolutely, yeah. We could go into other industries, and we actually started going into warehousing and CPG a little bit in food and beverage. So we can start learning other types of inventory other than healthcare. So the market is actually quite large if we look at it in terms of a market size of CPG, oil and gas, and like Chevron and their oil barrels are also a really good market to enter.
So you show that there are several different types of competitors out there. Why would an organization pick your product over, the different RFID tags and products out there on the market?
Yeah, we did a lot of extensive user research prior to even starting this company. RFID tags are just really expensive. You have to tag each individual RFID tag separately, and then you can't reuse an RFID tag. You have to buy another one, and so that can become very costly and over time. Other competitors in the market, we actually think of ourselves as synergistic and partner. For example, if we pair ourselves with an RFID solution, we can make their solution more accurate. And if we pair our solution with another solution like a cabinet or a weighing station, we can also make their system more accurate. So we're so differentiated than other players in the market that we can collaborate with almost anybody, and we like to partner with those folks as well.
Time for one more.
What is the onboarding process for a new customer?
Yeah, so if a new customer wants to sign on with us, they have two options. Some customers only want to use their smartphones, so they can start right away snapping photos of their inventory. Like, let's say they're a trucking company and they're delivering things to the hospital. We have customers that want to do just that and use their iPhones. If you want to use the cameras on the shelf, we take about a day or two to a week to install the cameras with our team, or if the hospital has a dedicated staff to do this, which they typically don't, they can take that time as well. And then as the camera captures more and more images, the data sets can evolve and be labeled and scanned. And then we can also go in with a team for about a week and get the number of SKUs that they have and get the 360 views of all of the inventory.
We're going to have to start there. Great job.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
So we're halfway there, guys. What do you think of Buffalo? Seriously, pretty amazing, huh? All these people. Right. Josh Allen, New Jersey's on its way. The only way you're getting out of here alive is if you have a Josh Allen jersey. I'm telling you right now. I'm just telling you. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, our next competitor, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Alex Parmley from Food.
How's everybody doing? Oh, I feel like Josh Allen. Feels good. Well, I guess I'll start off. I've been selling food cards since I was around 6 years old. My mother, single mother of 4 children, called me one day and said, Alex, come here. We have these food stamps, Christmas is coming, I need you to run on the complex and sell them. So, when it comes to selling food cards, very familiar, done it all my life. Time passed on, then I began to grow up, graduated high school, didn't go to college, but went to the local college and crashed my buddy's couch. To trade services and, make myself worth something, I wrote his papers. He had teammates, then I wrote their papers. And then the buddies I grew up with, they said, Alex, know those food stamps you sold back in the day? These campus cards are the same thing. And I remembered, the food stamp world changed when it went on the Visa card. And I said, these campus cards are not on any network. So from there I said, if I put this on a network, I can be rich as that one guy. And so the food idea was born. And I took my 6-year-old career of selling food cards and made it a whole career of selling food cards to college students. The biggest problem right now in the campus market in payments, especially consumer payments, is around $75 billion is being spent outside of the dining hall. All you parents paying tuition, you're seeing two things, a tuition bill and a credit card bill for DoorDash. And you're asking your children, where's this money going? So how we fix this is, we create a platform that connects our debit card to all the apps your kids are spending on and the tuition money you're paying for. So we take those 2 separate line items, cut the friction, and make it one line item. How we do that, we go directly to the university, go to the dining hall, go to the card office, sell directly into them. From there on, we test, integrate, and then we take it to our partners, build marketing materials, and the university takes it, and then they give it to the students. Right now, we're having around over 5 million a month in volume, around 51,000 active cards, and students are spending more and more every day. Our biggest partners are DoorDash and Discover. DoorDash gives every student who uses a food card free delivery on every order. And the coolest thing is that Discover not only serves all of our American students, but also our international students that come here and our American students that go there. And they open up 7 million restaurants across the country your students can eat at. Our current partners are DoorDash, Discover, Spin, Nugs, Radford University, Ohio State, and the biggest one of all, I'm most impressed about and we're very grateful for, University of Texas at Austin. Moving forward in the next year, we're closing deals with SnackPass, GoPuff, but we're also doing a multi-billion-dollar deal with UnionPay. So every student who comes from China into America who can't get KYC, we give them a card and they can spend all their funds here and keep it inside the Discover Food Network. The current food market and the current student spending market from tuition, transportation, housing, all that money y'all are spending on tuition is $200 billion a year, and y'all already know how aggravating it is to pay for those things. Phone calls, a lot of clicking, a lot of typing. What if you could just pay with your Apple Pay? We plan to penetrate that market, have 25 million students in the next 5 years using our cards, and just starting with that $75 billion number in the food industry. Right now, in our financial model, every time a student logs their card into DoorDash, we receive 25 bucks. That partnership was actually put together by no other than Nick Ennis, a local Buffalo native. We also are getting 88 bips from Discover on every transaction, and we're getting 10 to 20% from all our other channel partners that we're bringing value to. The university pays $0, the student pays $0, because their job is to work hard, go to school, make good grades, and be serviced a good product. Our competition, amazing. Grubhub, Seaboard, Blackboard, Transact, Chartwell's Boost, but we're better than all of them. We're very confident in that. Here's our team, Jason, Eric, myself, and our role at Buffalo, the road to $1 billion starts here. Get every student in Buffalo to have a food card, show them how it works, go to Albany, close the SUNY system, and then go to every SUNY school in America, well, SUNY school in the state, and then sell from there. We believe we can make $1 billion company by starting here in Buffalo, and we want to start right here at 43 North.
All right, let's go. Who's first?
Everybody already knows I'm your biggest fan up here, considering you took money from me at some point. So I appreciate
My
that.
favorite investor, by the way.
But question for you. You mentioned DoorDash a bunch of times. How does this little startup like yours get a partnership with DoorDash?
I emailed DoorDash, Nick Ennis, my witness, he's in here, screaming, Nick, if you hear me. I emailed DoorDash 600 times until they took my message. They thought it was such a funny deal, the COO saw it and replied to me. He was like, all right, I'll hear you out, kid. So yeah, that's how that began, and it's been going on 3 years now, and it's a beautiful relationship.
Sarah, please.
So first off, thank you for sharing your story and that story as well. I think it shows your grit and resiliency, which are some of the most important attributes of a founder and typically really hard to test for. So I think it's a great story to share. But kind of flipping that around a little, why won't this work? Like if this were to fail, what's the reason that it's going to fail?
Execution. Not hiring the best people, and that's why we're starting here in Buffalo. Delaware North, everything else, it shows that the best execution is happening here in Buffalo.
Man, you are good. You are good. So I'm going to date myself with this question, but if your service catches on, and I have no doubt that it's going to catch on, are you at all worried about losing some of that communal aspect of college life? I mean, when I went to college, way the dinosaur age, we actually all ate together in a dining hall. If this thing catches on, that's not going to happen anymore. Is that a concern at all from a sociological perspective?
We believe food is a form of communion. We believe as long as the money's staying inside of Buffalo and the local restaurants that are not seeing campus dollars or are now receiving campus dollars, and we're raising the bottom line, yes, they're still going to eat in the dining hall, but there's also the weekends. There's also when the dining hall shuts down, when it's late at night for studying and it's after a football game. You can't go into the dining hall. You want to go eat with your friends and other students.
Okay, any questions? Good. Can't argue with that.
Ladies first.
That's what I said too, so whatever.
How do parents feel about this?
They like saving money. So when you're spending thousands of dollars on tuition, but you're also spending thousands of dollars on DoorDash, you're just like, why? What is this money going towards? And so parents like it. It's a form of security because the cards cannot be spent outside of our merchants. They can't buy alcohol, they can't buy cigarettes, they can't pull it from an ATM. It's all secure.
I know you were tight on time, so you had to gloss over the competition slide. Is it possible to put that back up? Or are we technologically capable of such things?
I don't think we are.
Okay, we're not. That's okay. Can you,
there we go.
We are, wow. Very professional. Can you just speak a little bit to this and sort of how a startup's going to get to build in this market where there's already some big players?
Grubhub came out about 10 years ago. They just delivered food directly from the dining halls. They sold for $200 million. They're kind of out of the market now. Well, Topingo sold to Grubhub. But Seaboard, Blackboard, Chartwell's, those are all the systems. So when you see Portal and and Blackboard, all those systems, they're the existing cards. They're the existing cards you're buying into that you're very frustrated with. We integrate with all these systems, and we sit on top of it, and our card is used by them. So we're partners with all of these people, and we're the debit card they're issuing to their students. So we're not really competitors, we're all partners, and we're all growing the pie.
Any questions? Okay, we'll leave it there. Great job.
Bye, Buffalo.
I'm taking you guys home with me, by the way. This is great. We're going to go out afterwards. We'll be doing this all night long. Ladies and gentlemen, our next competitor, please welcome to the stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Carly
Dr.
Hill
Carly.
from Cahill.
It's time, Carly. Let's go, baby.
Buffalo, hello. I am the CEO and founder of Cahill Tech. I'm a third-generation road and bridge builder. Bring your daughter to work day. Thank you. I hear you. Bring your daughter to work day was a regular occurrence in my household, and it really helped me to establish my foothold in this industry. These are my people, and I know their challenges well. We've had problems for years bringing new energy into our industry. As people are retiring, they're taking decades of generational knowledge with them. Why does this matter to you? Because our infrastructure is crumbling. We have a huge investment to improve all kinds of things in America and raise this grade. But the issue we're facing as people are retiring, that side-by-side mentorship that I grew up with, it's becoming a thing of the past. And what happens when you have people who are stretched too thin and people who don't have the right training when they need it, accidents occur, and it's driving down productivity, and those amazing jobs we want to deliver on, they sit on the shelf. And so this is really the driving force behind my decision to solve this labor shortage problem in this industry. We are making trades training available to anyone, anytime, anywhere. We are serving heavy highway contractors as well as municipalities taking care of your roads and bridges. And we are also working with education groups. This market is enormous because of that infrastructure bill. There are 250,000 companies employing 2.5 million people in America. They're spending $10 billion on training and compliance every year. And this is where we will be taking on this marketplace. We have a solution that is delivering training anywhere, anytime. For veteran workers and new workers, same problem. How do I run this brand new machine? They scan that QR code and Acquire delivers them a subject matter expert instantly, when they need it most, in the field. But it's not just the workers that we're helping solve this massive problem. Compliance is a huge issue in this industry, and tracking is a big burden. This is where we get incredibly sticky. And this is something we're solving for employers. We are delivering results. We have a 100% renewal rate with our clients, and we've built this right in the backyard of Buffalo. We have awesome partnerships with national organizations across the country to help us leverage this across the nation. And we are crushing the competition because we are approaching this with a complete novel approach. We are taking those who want to know how, education, and combining them who need to build now. And this is where we have 15 local contractors already aligned with us to hire students coming through the Acquire platform. This is happening today in Buffalo, right now. This is the incredible leadership team making it happen, diverse and talented, and we have awesome leaders who are making sure we're in the right rooms at the right time. Look at, in Simplicity's words, this is about job creation. This is what we're here for today. We're going to make sure Buffalo is known as a center for excellence in trades-based training. And we want to make sure that we can do awesome things like, how about that new Bill Stadium? I want to thank you for your attention, and I want to thank you for your commitment to the frontline workers building America's roads. Let's give them some Buffalo love.
Okay.
Before we start the Q&A, I would love to bring out our Chief Officer of Growth and Sustainability, Mariah Ramos. Let's give her some love. Give her some love. There we go.
Okay, Sarah, let's kick it off.
First off, love your energy and passion. Thanks for being here. Talk to me a little about your competitors and why do customers choose you over the other competitors in the market?
That's a great question. We are built by construction for construction. There are things that the end users will say about our platform because it's delivering that high-value training that they desperately need, experienced workers as well as new workers. And the thing that we're doing that's so different is that we're combining that with the compliance so that the field, they actually use the word love. And I'll tell you right now, that's hard to get out of a construction worker.
Absolutely. Our sales pipeline's on fire right now. Our director of sales has over 20 years of sales experience, and she just upsold a deal today with Montgomery County here in New York. So, hey Laura, thank you.
Gary, please.
So is your software kind of a case of one size fits all where it is applicable to every state in the country and every federal agency that is mandating worker safety, compliance, et cetera? Or is it more atomized than that?
It is universal. As we get this training in our platform, it scales out. Paving blacktop, compaction rules, those are all similar in different parts of the country. The things that we make sure is we have subject matter experts who work on our team to make sure we're compliant with OSHA or PESH if it's a municipality, for example. It's totally scalable across the country. We have clients in 9 different states today and about to sign one in North Dakota, which I'm super excited about.
Gary, you have a question?
What are you doing to make sure that your product is able to cater to people for whom perhaps English isn't their first language?
This is an amazing question. Thank you so much. We are so proud to announce that we have gotten incredible investment from numerous partners in our region, and we're localizing for Spanish. Right now, we have an awesome development team who will make sure that people with all different language backgrounds can access this training. Again, working with subject matter experts to make sure that the language translation is perfect and that they can be safe and productive in the field. We want to get everybody to work, and this is a great population looking to be part of our communities. We are taking a sledgehammer to those glass ceilings, preventing people from accessing this training.
Considering your product can work for contractors of all sizes, is there potential for you to actually sell this to a prime and have them distribute it out to all their subs, increasing your user base significantly?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're working, insurance companies are actually reaching out to us right now, and they are working with our sweet spot. So those are those private, heavy highway, and bridge and road contractors. So one insurance company is going to open the door to 20 to 200 different prime target customers, including brokers, who will then talk to us with other insurance companies. So that's where that exponential growth comes in, where we're going to hit that 2.1 by the end of next year.
Right.
I'm going to do the same annoying thing and want to see a slide. Can we see the growth slide? Because one question I have, and this is like the sort of annoying VC in me, but I think you guys are getting to 26 million if sort of everything, or 27 million if everything goes well in 5 years. And what percentage of the market is that from sort of a market penetration perspective? And how do we think about sort of the total addressable market here? Is this like real venture scale?
I love this question. Look this is representing only 6% of that market that I mentioned. There is so much runway because there's been no investment in the frontline workers. That's why there's such a big spend happening. An efficient tool like Acquire is really delivering ROI, return on investment. I had to learn that recently. In lots of ways. Efficiencies and accident reductions are 2 of them, but that's just the beginning. This company is going to scale because there are so many adjacent market spaces. For example, as we try to decarbonize New York State, we're installing solar panels, we're retrofitting buildings. That requires the blue-collar workers who show up every day And that gives us an opportunity to hit these marks. But we really need our partners to be there with us. Like I said, we want to make Buffalo a center of excellence, and we plan to work on that with partners here locally and on the national scale.
Well done it there. Great job.
Thank you.
You're making it a lot harder for me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our 7th competitor, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Alexandria Porter from Mod Tech Labs.
Thank you for being here, everyone. It's a fantastic opportunity to share a little about what we do at Mod Tech Labs. We make 3D easy. We're scaling 3D content creation with automated AI-powered workflows. Well, there's a huge industry shift happening now, from 30% digital content to 80% digital content. This is changing from the old school green screen to the new LED screens. But 3D content creation today is not scalable. Let me give you an example. We just finished a project with NBC Universal where it would have taken them 6 months and 20 people to create the same content because there's a massive lack of talent, weeks to months of work, and ultra complex workflows. Well, at Mod, we make 3D easy. We are 20 times more efficient. We took that NBC timeline down to 3 weeks with our no-code solution. We are working with NVIDIA today to create some new algorithms that are 3,000 times faster for content visualization, and we are creating content that is 100 times smaller with automated solutions that have our competitors coming to us to fill out their pipeline. We are creating people, we are creating places, and we are creating objects that go directly into movies that make them faster and less expensive to make. We are an artist-first tool, focusing on a creative UI that is simple and easy for anyone from the intern to the executive to use. We make money as a usage-based software, $40 per gigabyte on upload per output. Our total addressable market, we look at $16,000 per project on average, with over 2 million projects being created per year, which gives us a $30 billion opportunity. During the last few years, we've created over 650,000 assets on our platform. We have over $3 million in our 6-month pipeline today, and we're finalizing the next NBC Universal pilot after completing 4 with them. We are also working with some major companies that you see here, include everyone from Epic to Charter. We're the right founders for this job. We have 3D in our DNA. I come from interior design and construction technology, and my co-founder comes from 3D creation, pipelines, and workflows inside of studios like Sony Picture Imageworks. We are supported by some amazing advisors from DreamWorks, Anaconda, Motorola, and 3M, building enterprise solutions for entertainment and media. We also ran an XR startup for 5 years prior to this. 43North is an amazing opportunity because the New York State incentives are $500 million to bring films here, but the infrastructure is being built in Buffalo today. The studios are coming in, and the talent is here from the colleges. We are using these funds to increase our MRR to $250,000 a month, to hire 5 team members and more, and increase speed and features while we file 2 patents. At Mod, we make 3D easy. Thank you.
Great job. All right. Who wants to kick us off?
Can I welcome my co-founder?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, absolutely.
My co-founder, Tim, is going to join me.
Hey, everybody. So I'm from Texas, and we have hook'em horns, but I hear here, go Bills!
So on your customer slide, it looks like you're selling into sort of like the cream of the crop of the media industry, which we all know is under a little bit of pressure these days, as is pretty much everything else, unfortunately. How do you think about sort of the demand for these guys to be spending? And other than that sort of small elite group of companies, what's your next like customer base that you're going after? How far does this extend out of, you know, Hollywood films?
Yeah, absolutely. So what's happening today is that studios want to own content from birth to grade. Prior to now, they would own them at the actual movie level, but we are seeing that these major studios want to actually understand and own all of these pieces and know where they are so they can license them and create new revenue streams. That includes everything from augmented reality to virtual reality into gaming and other media. That is a massive opportunity for them to create and maximize these revenue streams. We see gaming as an easy slide into our next industry opportunities. Once we sort of maximize our opportunities with entertainment itself, imagery data is everywhere. We're talking everything from geospatial to construction and architecture into medical imaging. We can process all of that, but we're focusing on a single client type at this point.
Very nice.
So can I extend the question a little bit further? My guess is there's a lot of people out here thinking, well, wait a minute, I'm making some really cool videos right now for TikTok, and I'd love to be able to use this thing. So at what point do you think you can pivot actually to, you know, the individual and create a whole new revenue stream from that?
Want to take that, Tim?
Yeah, we're actually working with NVIDIA right now to go ahead and make that commercializable. I mean, at this point in time, the technology is coming straight from the studios, and it's going right to people's homes. You see that, like you said, on TikTok. But some of the technology we have is very computationally intensive, which is why we're working on them to bring it down so that it can hit in people's phones, and then people can watch it on their TVs and continue on. Time-wise, it can be about 6 to 8 months for some of the smaller features that we have, and about 1.5 years for some of the larger, more advanced features that we use.
Sure, then back.
I'm going to pull a Ben here and ask you to pull up that slide about I saw $16,000 a project and $40, I think, per gigabyte. For those of us who aren't in media and entertainment, I'm trying to understand a bit about the revenue model. So are you charging per project? Are you charging per gigabyte? And like, what is a project exactly?
Yeah, absolutely. So the 16,000 per project average is based on a 50 gigabyte upload and 8 project outputs. So an output for us is augmented reality, virtual reality, mobile, web, film, etc. They all have to be optimized in a different and distinct way. We are automating that entire process to make it simple to go across platforms. The 2 million projects, we break that down into an average of 960 assets per project. We're expecting that a movie would typically have around 2,000 projects, and an average studio like Netflix does over 280 shows per year. So that would be 2,000 projects per show. So.
Matt, you follow? Matt, go ahead, please. Yep.
So you mentioned in your pitch something about now your competitors are looking to work with you, but you didn't really go any deeper. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of our sort of market competitors is reality capture. Reality capture is it's a solution for taking photos and creating 3D out of them. So you have to have a lot of photos around a still object, person, or place to do that. Well, what they haven't done a lot of is they haven't done a lot of AI yet, and what they haven't done is they haven't actually worked on the automation piece. So it is still a very manual software. You have to do command line. And for us, there's a boon to partner with them so that they can push this out to their market and be a reseller. We're already working on a commercial agreement to that effect.
Wrapping it there. Great job. Thank you so much.
That's what
All right, we're down to our last competitor. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Al Bors and Eleanor McIntosh from Twipes.
This young lady just won Forbes Magazine 30 Under 30 Award. Give her a round of applause.
Wet wipes. They're a huge environmental menace, but they're also a big business. 18 billion, in fact. but wet wipes aren't flushable. They're made of plastic. So what can be done?
So I've spent 4 years of R&D creating a biomaterial product that breaks down in water in just 3 hours. And with that, I'd like to introduce our first product, Twipes, the world's first truly flushable and truly biodegradable wet wipe, certified by third parties.
That biodegradability means we're 80% less CO2 intensive, but we're cost efficient at scale compared to our competitors, meaning in this huge market we have a better product at a similar price point.
Using my scientific background, I've found a unique binder that wasn't used in the wet wipes industry before, and it was that we've protected and patented, protecting that IP and giving us a solid landmark. And with that, we were able to create a D2C brand with over 2,900 customers and a 92% retention rate, scaling over 300% annually.
So started studying in 2015 for R&D. We finally finished the product in essentially 2020, and the next steps for us is to go from London, England to America, a market that is 6 times bigger. And we're doing that with Walmart, Amazon, and Target. Our eco-warriors have shown them our product, and they love us. They can't wait for us, and we've already began with the programs for them to greet us.
Further along the line, I want to take that flushable technology and adapt it to feminine hygiene products. I want to create flushable feminine hygiene products for the future. Something that I want to do in the next 2 years if I secure that regulatory framework. And further along the line, I want to disrupt the diapers industry that's worth $76 billion.
So why Buffalo? Because Twipes are coming to America from London. We're going to set up manufacturing here, we're going to set up our headquarters here, we're going to create hundreds of jobs, tapping into Buffalo's legacy as a manufacturing powerhouse, as well as partnering with UB's award-winning materials labs for R&D. So as Bill so very nicely mentioned, my awesome co-founder is a Forbes fan in the 30 listee, but she's also an award-winning scientist and inventor of this product.
And this is my awesome co-founder. Let's not leave him out. He's also an award-winning co-founder who's had 2 successful startup exits in the past. And this is our extended team, some of which are in the audience at the moment. We pride ourselves on being minority-owned and women-driven. Thank you. So be a part of Twipes today. Be a part of the future of paper and do this for you. Your read deserves it.
So we're going to show you guys the product now. This is a Twipe, that's a competitor's wipe. We're going to show you the magic. We're going to put it in a bottle, we're going to shake it up, we're going to show you what happens basically when you flush it. And then you'll be able to see the difference for yourself.
You ready?
Yeah.
This is our product, this is our competitor. As you can see, theirs has not broken down. Our product has already started from the moment you put it in water.
Ours is grey water. Theirs has a solid wipe.
Okay, let's get into the questions. Let's go. All right, who's going to kick it off? Sarah, you want to go first? Sarah, please.
So you guys are from London, correct?
We are from London.
Convince me why you want to move to Buffalo.
Why Buffalo?
Yes.
Do you want to take this one away?
Move here. It's different from London.
It's very different from London, but Buffalo's amazing. Go Bills. The main reason we need it is we need a North American headquarters. Not only does it logistically make the most sense in terms of being so close to the majority of the North American population, but also the talent base, the access that we have to UB's talent base and their materials labs is huge for our future R&D possibilities.
Buffalo's always been this place where they know that manufacturing is a big part of their legacy, and we, being from London, want to tap into that as much as possible.
Matt.
So you've created an amazing product, right?
Thank you.
But when you're selling products to consumers, you need more than just a product, you need a brand. Convince me that you can build a world-class brand.
Sorry, could you repeat the
I
question?
say, convince me that you can build a world-class brand.
A world-class brand, well, with the help of people over here and the help of everyone in Buffalo, we want to be able to build that business as much as possible, build our brand, build our marketing, and hopefully launching in the US, we will be able to do that with a great team that we have both in London and in the US.
So you got another question?
Sure, keep going. Unless someone else.
There you
All
go.
right. My favorite question with consumer brands, talk to me about your margins. What are they? How are you going to get them better?
So our consumer brands direct to consumer at the moment, we have 2 target customers, the Jennies and Martins. The Jenny you'd think of her as a typical Peloton mom. She would drive an SUV, she would live in the suburbs. And Martin would live in a metropolitan city. He might bike, he might take the public transit. He typically has less income, but he's an eco-warrior. These 2 target markets are eco-warriors, and they love it. They love advocating and telling others about our brand. That's why we've chosen them as our target launch markets.
But moving forward to America, it's not about this D2C brand. We use this to build our brand and get our name out there with the education, but what we want to do is focus on those channel partners of Target, Walmart, and Amazon to make sure that we have the biggest impact, not just in a small scale, but globally. This is about profit and purpose for us. I want to see not just our babies on the shelf, but I want it to have the biggest impact on the planet.
Sorry, but the question specifically is margin related. So
Oh, margin.
So your unit economics. So what are you priced at online? What are you going to price it in stores? Does that change when you come to the US?
Yes. So in the UK, it's a very much more conservative, price-sensitive market. Over there, we're priced at the equivalent of about $6 a pack. Coming to the US, we know that it's less of a price-sensitive market, and obviously, when you first set up, we're going to need a lot more manufacturing, a lot more marketing to get the name out there, so we'll be priced at a higher price point.
And then what's the cost to produce the product?
To produce the product, it's around $1.83 to produce the actual pack of wipes itself. So 80 wipes for $1.83, and then we can scale up from there with the margins.
Thank you.
I'm just wondering, from a sort of protected IP perspective, I mean, I'm not a wet wipe expert yet, but soon, obviously. But this seems like something that you should protect. Where are you in the patent process? And have you considered, I mean, D2C is obviously very, very, very tough. Have you considered doing this as a license to other brands that are already in market versus having to go through the slog of building your own?
Okay, so I'm going to answer the second part, and then I'll pass over the patent side to Al. So in terms of the second part, licensing is definitely in our future, because as I mentioned, it's about having the biggest profit and purpose for the planet. So I want to see the world think about wipes when they think about flushing something down the toilet. That's the first thing I want. So it's about that for me. In terms of IP, I'm going to hand it over to Al so he can tell you a little bit more about it.
So at times, the easiest one to describe is we've filed for patents in the UK, and we're still within time to extend those patents to apply in America as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well done there. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bob.
It's been a lot of fun being out with you. That concludes our pitches. We're going to retire to the green room and deliberate. Before we do, I would be happy to have any of these companies in Western New York. Hopefully you guys agree with me. They all did a phenomenal job. Let's give them, the judges from last night, and these wonderful judges a big round of applause. Thank you so much, guys, for being in Buffalo. It's been a pleasure being with you. Have a great evening. God bless and good night. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome 43 North Immediate Passport Chairman and 43 North Foundation Board Member, Eric Reich.
We've seen 8 excellent companies tonight. The quality of these finalists is yet another reminder of how far we've come. It has been incredibly gratifying to watch 43 North become a symbol of progress for our city. This competition is viewed as a resounding success nationally and internationally. We have discovered entrepreneurs that might not have received consideration from the venture capital establishment. We have also brought that same establishment several amazing companies that have raised money in Buffalo at unprecedented levels. And we all know that the secret sauce is our nurturing community that helps these companies grow and succeed. It's all good news, but now here comes the hard part. We need to make certain that we have enough brain power, community engagement, and diversity to realize the long-term benefits of our work to date. We have done an incredible job recruiting and growing companies in Buffalo, but if we can't develop technical talent fast enough to meet the demand, our momentum will stall. But having sufficient talent is not enough. We need to prioritize having representation in our tech companies from historically underrepresented parts of our city. And in order to solve this challenge permanently, we need to help our kids discover tech as a career aspiration, like the dream of becoming a vet or a teacher or a doctor. The purpose of the 43 North Foundation is to ensure that there is attention and resources allocated to the kinds of programs and services that will help fill these remaining gaps in our ecosystem. A perfect example would be the Foundation's first grant, an investment in Bitwise, which is a workforce training program that aims to introduce careers in tech to underprivileged individuals. The Foundation has joined M&T Bank, Highmark, and the Wilson Foundation to invest in this initiative. We feel it will bring access and opportunity to tech jobs in communities that are too often overlooked or left out. Not only will Bitwise bring expertise in training and development, but Bitwise is partnering with Douglas Jamal to activate a dilapidated building on the east side of Buffalo to become a destination for tech and entrepreneurial activity. This is only the first step of many as the Foundation works to develop the next stage of our emerging ecosystem here in Western New York. We want the impact of 43 North to endure for generations to come. Now that's about the future, but now let's get an update on the present and learn about the incredible progress being made by 43 North portfolio companies.
Hi, I'm Kevin Siskar, VP of Portfolio and Selection at 43 North. Thank you for joining us as we pick the next group of companies who are going to make their mark right here in Buffalo. At 43 North, we've been at this for 7 years. 59 companies have won on this stage before. And so you may be wondering, is this thing working? The answer is yes. When you look at the collective traction of our portfolio, we're proud to report that the growth has been explosive. So, let's take a closer look. Nearly 60% of our portfolio companies maintain a presence in Buffalo. 13 of them now own property or lease office space around town, with another 19 maintaining offices in Seneca One. These companies employ over 3,000 people around the world, and over 1,000 of them are working right here in Buffalo. To date, our portfolio has collectively raised over $1 billion, securing investment from big investors along the way. And don't just take our word for it. Our founders and their teams are attracting attention and making headlines all around the world. And somehow, our founders even find time to give back to the local community by sharing their own talents and expertise. So why does this matter for Buffalo? Because it's true. When these companies win, everybody wins. And the result is a thriving, vibrant city with a lot more opportunity for everyone. If you're wondering what you could do to get involved, there's a few easy ways. Support these companies by becoming a customer. Or better yet, go check out the job opportunities on forgebuffalo.com and you can go work for a startup. If you have experience, you can even become a mentor to one of our companies or invest in them. If you're new to this space and simply curious, show your support by becoming an active part of the community. Come to free events, sign up for our weekly newsletter, or even just follow us on social media. Thank you everyone for being here tonight. We are so appreciative of your support over the last few years. And we cannot wait to see which of these companies join our portfolio.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome 43 North President Colleen Heidinger and 43 North VP of Marketing Maura Devlin.
Give us some help up here, guys.
Waldo, where's our script?
While we wait for that to come up, I'll tell you what we're here for. We are here tonight to award 43 North's 2022 follow-on investment. So each year, 43 North reserves a portion of our funding to offer follow-on investment to our portfolio companies. So this year, we offered follow-on funds the opportunity to receive them to all of the companies that won on this stage last year. They were all offered for the opportunity to apply to receive this follow-on funding and secure up to $500,000 in follow-on funds from 43 North. Those that applied were reviewed based on their traction to date, their potential for continued growth, and their commitment to Buffalo.
This year, we're very pleased to say that not just one, but 2 companies will receive funding as part of our follow-on announcements.
So, this kind of feels like the Oscars. This is the big moment. Our first recipient of our 2022 follow-on funds in the amount of $100,000 is Big Wheelbarrow.
This is a really big surprise. I wasn't actually expecting to be in contention for this. I want to start off with a heartfelt thank you to the governor and to Empire State Development. Your support for this program has built something very special. Thank you, Mayor Brown. It's been incredible to see you around the startup ecosystem at 43 North, and we look forward to all the other interactions we get to have. And then I would be remiss in not calling out the 43 North team. They have scoured all over the world to bring talent from other places to help infuse the entrepreneurial spirit here in Buffalo with cutting-edge talent that we see all over the country. We see you guys working so hard, and that's what gets companies like ours to move from Austin, Texas to Buffalo in January. It's incredible. And Buffalo, thank you for your support. It's been unbelievable. I can tell you unequivocally that being in Buffalo has changed the trajectory of Big Wheelbarrow. This year alone, we're on track to do over $3 million in local food transactions from here. Just here. And we're just getting started. We are going to build on this momentum that we're working on, and we're going to build the biggest portfolio of small producers that can go and sell into grocery stores so we can bring the farmer's market to the grocery store and everyone can have access to the best, freshest products at every store they go to. Thanks. So we're asking for a little help, Buffalo. If you know great food producers are looking to sell to grocery stores, send them to bigwheelbarrow.com. Thank you.
Congrats again, Sam. The second recipient of our follow-on funding in the amount of $400,000 is our friends at Shea.
Thank you guys. Hello, Buffalo. You know, it's been almost a year, and I'm telling you, it has been an amazing, amazing journey for us. And we don't have no plans on leaving. I can say that first and foremost. I first want to thank God. I really do want to thank God for this opportunity. As you can see, I don't have my beautiful co-founder and wife with me. We had to divide and conquer this week. She's at the Masters of Scale in California, and I wanted to represent here for 43 North here in Buffalo. And that's what good co-founders do. They divide and conquer, and we've been able to do that. So first off, let me thank 43 North. Colleen, her staff, her team, the partners, all the investors in the committee, the people of Buffalo. This community is amazing. Your pride, your generosity, your hospitality. Who would have thought that this existed in Western New York? New York State and everyone that's on this journey with us, thank you. Thank you. I have to say it again, thank you. We're so grateful that we're getting this funding. It's going to help us now move farther, faster, also get some hires, key hires that we need. And we're going to continue to hit the pavement, doing all the things that we need to do grassroots-wise to really create opportunities for salons, barbershops, and spas. What we want to do at Shea, honestly, we want to be the multiplier effect. And we want to do that collectively with 43 North, where we inspire, mentor, and help other startups. And lastly, if I had to say anything else, my call to action, this is a beautiful crowd. Everyone in here has been touched by a barber, a stylist, makeup artist, or used some type of product. So what I want you to do is tell your barbershop owner, your spa owner, your salon owner, and also tell those stylists, barbers, makeup artists, estheticians, that Shea is going to change the wealth gap for those individuals so that they can have a successful life and career. Thank you. Go Bills! Nothing stops Buffalo.
Okay, Buffalo, I promise, hang in there. We are so close. Just hang with us for a couple more minutes. I'm going to kick it back over to Pharaoh to get us to that big decision. Just a couple minutes. Don't go anywhere.
joy.
Please welcome back to the stage 43 North's president, Colleen Heidinger.
Okay, it's that time. I just want to acknowledge all of you for being here tonight. I know there's a lot of other places you could be, but there's something about this that just feels so good. So thank you. There's 3,000 of you in the audience. For the first time ever, we sold out our tickets. And that's because of each and every one of you. So truly, thank you for being with us this evening. Okay, let's find out the next 5 companies that get to grow with all of us. First, let's fill out this stage and get ready to celebrate. We're thrilled to be joined again by Buffalo's Mayor, Byron Brown. Please also welcome 43 North's Board of Directors. Let's hear it for these passionate individuals who generously volunteer their time and allow us to elevate everything that we do. Please also welcome our incredible 43 North team. These 12 individuals have produced this show tonight, but more importantly, they show up each and every day, advising our portfolio companies, recruiting founders to Buffalo, sharing our story, and doing whatever is necessary to build a better Buffalo for generations to come. Thank you all. Next, I'd like to give a big, warm Buffalo welcome to Empire State Development's President, CEO, and Commissioner, Hope Knight. We're honored to have Hope joining us tonight as we announce our winners, and I remain grateful for the continued support of Governor Kathy Hochul, Empire State Development, and all of New York State. Hope.
Thank you, Colleen, for those kind words, and good evening, Buffalo! On behalf of Governor Kathy Hochul, it's a privilege to join you tonight. This is my first trip to the 43 North Finals, and it is nothing short of impressive. Let's give another round of applause to this year's finalists. You heard their pitches. They were compelling, and you could feel the passion that they have for their companies. I know many of you here tonight have connections to these teams. Thank you for providing the mentorship, investment, and most importantly, the support that's needed to bring a startup to this highly competitive level. I'd also like to recognize Governor Kathy Hochul, 43 North's greatest champion, for providing the biggest investment in this competition. We know New York State's plan for growing the number and quality of startups is working, especially here in Buffalo. This region's reputation as an incubator for cutting-edge ventures is the fuel that we need for economic growth. 43 North, Illuminate New York, Grow New York, and Genius New York are all state-funded competitions that are supporting innovative businesses from startups to commercialization. They help us find the teams we can partner with, develop new industries. This is about building for the future. And 43 North is showing the world that New York State knows how to build tomorrow's economy and create tomorrow's jobs. Anyone who wants proof needs only to look at the success stories, companies like ACV Auctions, Spark Charge, and Top Seeds. Beyond that, economic growth needs to be equitable in order for it to be sustainable.
Over the past 7 years, almost half of the companies that 43 North has invested in were founded by a person of color, and more than a quarter were founded by women. These entrepreneurs are turning ideas into reality and creating jobs here in Buffalo. More than 60% of 43 North's portfolio maintains a material presence here. These companies are excited to be building their next phase of operations in Buffalo, in part because of the strong regional infrastructure, especially in the innovation economy. They are staying here in part because they know there's a highly skilled workforce in Western New York. But maybe most of all, they're staying here in Buffalo because of all of you. Collectively, you have generated and sustained the message that Buffalo is an innovation hub. Under the governor's leadership, with the support of everyone in this room, we are turning Western New York into a region that is admired globally, attracting new industries and spurring innovation. I want to thank the 43 North team and all of you that are here tonight for helping to create this one-of-a-kind opportunity that will catalyze our economic future for decades to come. And now, the moment that we've all been waiting for. It's time to award the $5 million in state funding to the 43 North Superstars.
Okay, it's for real now. Here's how this is gonna work. As founders take their place, they will be lit up with a blue light. As winning companies are announced, their spotlight will change, which means they are a recipient of one of our 5 $1 million investments. Okay, Buffalo, please get on your feet. Let's go. Please welcome back to stage our 8 contenders. None of you are on your feet. Let's go. Please welcome back to stage our 8 contenders. Otrify, Leelo, Agape, Ampoworks, Food, Cahill Tech, Mod Tech Labs, and last, Twipes. Our first $1 million investment goes to Otrify. Our next $1 million award goes to Mod Tech Labs. Our third award goes to Ampoworks. Another $1 million award goes to Food. And our final $1 million investment goes to Agape. Buffalo. I'm proud to present to you our Year 8 cohort of 43 North. Please celebrate well with us.
Get up there, Mom. Get up there.